That man is in his 70s or late 60s. Ew, and it's like, why the fuck would you want to have a child with an old man anyway? Isn't that don't that cause complications? Like, yes, while men can still get women pregnant, they still have higher risk of like malfunctions and shit when they had that old ass sperm coming out of them. Hello, my beautiful stones and gems. Welcome back to the Medusa Show. I am your host, Medusa Show Off, and we are here to talk about episode 4 of Housewives of Potomac. Child, let's just jump right on in. And before we do so, you better make sure you hit that mother effing like video. Make sure you hit that like button for me real quick so we can boost my content because it is vital to my success at YouTube. And with that being said, let's just jump right on in. This episode was kind of boring. I feel like it was a filler episode, and I feel like next week's episode will be better. But basically, it starts off with Wendy talking to her husband, fine ass chocolate husband. Let me stop doing that. Let me stop playing with that married man. Talking to her husband about the situation with Robin, getting Nuck if she was Buck, because she was quite Buck on the episode prior. Can we talk about how aggressive Robin has been? Like, Robin is aggressive. She's an aggressor, and she never gets labeled that. And we know the reason is because of colorism, but y'all not ready for that conversation. Wendy is telling her husband how, they're having this bootlegged ass child, low vibrational family fun day. I mean, no sort of effort was put into that gathering, and how her kids got left out. Quiet as it's kept, Robin was probably doing Wendy a favor by not inviting her. I'm sure your kids have way better things to do than play around in the dirt and whatever else Robin had them doing. That shit look low budget. Robin, you really are a low down dirty scallywag. For you to weaponize children, like, how you gonna use somebody's kids to get at somebody? It's like a get back. That's whack as fuck. Like, but at the same time, I'm kind of on the fence. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. I mean, if I don't like you, then it's fuck them kids. I get that. But I just feel like kids should never be used as like warfare. I do appreciate, like, I don't know. So anyways, so then on the next scene, we see Robin extending somewhat of an olive branch, a petty branch, pretty much, and saying like, oh, well, if pretty much saying that she's going to let Candace play auntie. Candace honestly gives me auntie more than she gives me mommy vibes. I don't see Candace operating in the capacity of a mother. I don't think she wants to. That's another conversation for another day. So she says, Candace, why don't you play auntie and you go pick up Wendy's kids and take them to this event that they were originally not invited to. Now, how the fuck does that make any sense? Somebody explain that to me. Like, the kids weren't, Robin, I would have respected you more if you would have been like, you know what? Fuck that. F them kids. If you don't like me, then I don't want my children I don't want my children around you. So I didn't even understand. And Robin knew that. She knew that Wendy was going to say no to that. But Robin is so immature. She's so insecure. Like, if you really think about the way Robin operates, she operates like a child. Like, the way she handles conflict, I can't stand Robin. And I was actually enjoying her this season, but now we're starting to see her true ways, her true white woman ways, and starting to, because she's 70% white, right? Or something like that. Don't quote me, but she's got way more of the colonizer's blood in her than anything. So, and that's exactly how she conducts herself. I'm sick of her. Who else we got on the next? Who's next? The next scene we have Karen, and in my notes I wrote literally Karen and her whitewashed daughter. I'm sorry, whitewashed people annoy me. Karen gives me one of those people that, like, Karen is just she just gives me anti-black, elitist. a bigot. She probably sends her school kids to private school, and there's nothing wrong with going to private school, but I could see her avoiding conversations of like racism and stuff like that. Her daughter is just so whitewashed. Me and her daughter are only 4 years apart. We would not hang out in the same circles. We would not. I just feel like Karen's daughter gives me the type that lets white people say the N word around her. Yep, that's what Karen's daughter gives. That's the vibe that I get from her. So they having this conversation. I don't even know what the hell they were talking about, but because I lose all interest in. I'm Karen. One thing about Giselle. One thing about Giselle, you might not like Giselle, but Giselle's daughters are just so sweet and kind and nice. And I just don't get that vibe from Karen's daughter, but I'm gonna leave it alone. Ashley, oh, I have here Ashley looks really nice in her confessional look with the hair. Maybe I can insert a clip. Probably won't because I don't have time for that. But with her, like Ashley's looking better this season. It's so funny. Like you leave in a toxic relationship when you look better. Some people they leave relationships and they look all run down, and you can tell the checks and stop coming in. But Ashley actually looks better now that she's leaving Michael. But anyways, I don't care about Michael and Ashley Darby. I really don't care about their storyline, and I don't care. I don't even know what this episode. I don't even remember what happened. I took notes and I still don't remember, but I don't care, and I'm really not trying to hear about this tired ass divorce that you're not about to go through. Like, girl, I just feel like you're just playing around with your marriage for a storyline, which is what most of these housewives do. I don't care. We get to Family Fun Day, that bootlegged ass, rundown ass Family Fun Day child. And they're over here playing hap sacks and jumping jacks and all kinds of other BS, child. Juan does not show up, which is no surprise because Juan doesn't come to anything. Like, Juan is and you know what? Like, I was watching the episode the other day. Juan irritates me. Like, he's just a raggedy knuckle. Like, he kind of reminds me of that's the same, like kind of like the vibe I get from Dr. Curtis, not Dr. Curtis, Dr. Jackie's husband on Married to Medicine, Curtis. Just like, why is he there? His only saving grace is that he's attractive, but he's not even attractive no more. Now that Robin is making all the money and emasculating him, don't even have his name on the house because he's running down the credit. Like, Juan is just he's just not needed. And I just wish, even though I don't like Robin, I wish that black women would stop aligning themselves with men just to have, because that's what it is. Like, you're just with Juan just so you can say that you have a man, or just so you can say that you're with the fathers of your kids. Now that, I mean, like, because what purpose does Ron serve? And he can still be an active father in his own damn house. Girl, Juan is trash. Juan don't even show up to Family Fun Day because they're not a family. They don't operate as a family. They just live together. I've said this before, child. And so everybody's showing up, and I don't understand why y'all don't just make Charisse a official castmate if you're gonna have her on every episode. Like, because at this point, what is Karen's storyline? She got beef with someone who's not even a castmate. It makes no sense. Charisse shows up. Everybody's showing up. Candace, Charisse shows up, and all of a sudden, Karen starts faking like she's sick. Karen, this that bullshit that I be talking about. Like, this is the stuff that Karen does, and it really gets on my nerves. Girl, why are you avoiding filming with Charisse? I'm starting to think that Charisse really do have some tea on you, and I'm also starting to think that them rumors about you and Blue Eyes is real, because I said it in the last review. I think that Karen and Ray have an open relationship. I don't think that Karen and Ray are still having sex. Like, that's what that whole eye candy that's what she keeps on talking about. She's worried about who's looking at her. Girl, ain't nobody looking at you. Who is trying to talk to Karen Huger? Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I just don't get it. Do y'all believe that Karen was hurt? Y'all let me know. I don't believe it. I think she's full of crap. I think Karen is a liar. She's been caught in plenty of lies in past seasons and past episodes. So I don't believe. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. She's a really good liar because it did look like she was really hurt. But if you're trying to ice, this is what the girls do. Okay, the girls are doing Charisse just like they tried to do Mariah on Married to Medicine, and I hate that I keep on bringing up that show, but you know when the girls don't want a film with you, that's the name of the game. They and Funky Dineva already put us onto this. Shout out to Funky Dineva. Shout out to the doll. They avoid filming. They go and concoct this whole conflict that they have with you in your heads, and instead of letting it play out on television for the audience to see and giving us a genuine moment, they want to create their own storyline and play producer and ice them out. And I just think that shit is whack. Like, Karen, woman up and confront your issues with Charisse. If it's a problem, say something. If you don't, I mean, like, if this woman is over here spreading lies about your husband and your marriage, why won't you say why won't you say nothing about it? Why you keep on avoiding her unless it's not a lie, unless you are running from your truth, which I think I really think that that's the tea. I think that, and I don't even think it's I think that they have an open relationship, and maybe what's understood ain't got to be explained, child. I think I don't believe you cannot convince me that Uncle Raymond is is blowing Karen's back out. It's just not happening. But ladies, let this be a warning to y'all that get with these sugar daddies and begin with these men that's like 15, 20, 30 plus older than you and shit. Like, this shit is cute when you in your 30s, maybe when you in your 40s, but when you hit, well, no, actually, no, once you hit 40, he's in his 50s, mid six, damn near 60, and we see the decline. Cause I didn't spend too much time talking about this. Another side note, why the hell are all of Housewives of Potomac's friends light skinned? Like, why are all the friends of the show light skinned? We keep on meeting all these women. Whether it was, I think it was Mia's friend, Ashley's friend, Ashley's other friend. It's like, Ashley, you don't have any dark skinned friends. I think that shit is weird. Like, I think it's weird that all your friends look like you. Like, you can't tell me that shit is not intentional or strategic. That all the friends of the show or all the friends of the castmates are light skinned, and all the women, with the exception of Wendy and Candace, are also light skinned. Girl, excuse me. I'm so tired of seeing just no sense of variety when it comes to the women on our show. It's just like, girl, can we get a dark skin cat? Can we get some more dark skin castmates? Can we get some more dark skin women on the show? Can we get some more fat women on the show? Can we, like, why every bitch, excuse me, why every woman on this show have to be high, yellow, and thin and look the fucking same and look like they came out of a freaking cookie cutter? I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm reading my notes. Candace told Giselle. So Candace shows up all late. And we know the producers. I mean, I wonder, like, did the producers tell her to show up late, or did she just really not give a damn? Or she probably had better things to do because the shit looked raggedy. Candace show up all late, and she does not talk to Giselle. And Giselle, with all her entitlement, feels like Candace owes her an apology. Girl, eat a bag of dicks. I'm like, it's like, are you serious? And so Candace said what we were all thinking, bitch, kiss the blackest part of my ass, which would probably kiss her ass and lick it while you're down there, because you into that. Because let's not pretend like you and Robin don't get down like that, okay? Giselle has a fixation with Chris's penis, his brown penis. She literally has been talking about it since season 3. So now you're trying to create this narrative that, like, oh, well, your husband made me uncomfortable. And why does she need to apologize on her husband's behalf? Like, and why are you waiting months and months? Like, girl, y'all saw Candace getting up in that ass and moving the walls around on Twitter. talking about how she's a horrible example for her daughters. That's not what she said, but that's pretty much what she's saying. That you're laying the foundation, this piss poor foundation for your daughters. And see, that's the crazy part because Giselle's daughters are so sweet and they're so kind, and it kind of makes you wonder how did they turn out so nice, given that their mother is such a rotten, disgusting individual. But I'm thinking that they ended up like that. Well, despite Giselle, because they probably see how Giselle probably can't she can't keep a healthy relationship with a man or a woman to save her life. She's fucking miserable. And so they probably grew up and saw how her mama turned out and was like, I don't want to be like that. So I'm going to do, because I can relate to that. I can relate to that. It's like, I like when you see your parents going down the path, you learn from their mistakes. You like, oh yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm child. That's another conversation for another day. I'm not, yeah. So, as she shows up late, Lord Jesus, I'm sorry. This episode was annoying. This episode was real low vibrational. Shout out to Stormy. Like, she shows up all late and shit, talking about Michael's having a vasectomy. Child, don't nobody want to hear about that wrinkly man's penis. That man is in his 70s or late 60s. Ew, and it's like, why the fuck would you want to have a child with an old man anyway? Isn't that don't that cause complications? Like, yes, while men can still get women pregnant, they still have higher risk of like malfunctions and shit when they had that old ass sperm coming out of them. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Why would you want like, what is going on? Like, it's crazy. Just as useless. I was about to say something. Just as useless as the woman's eggs are after a certain age, it's the same thing with the male sperm. That shit is useless. So I don't understand why y'all still using it. Like, that was kind of. Let me stop egg shaming, child. I'm not saying that your uterus is useless, child. Sounding like Buffy, honey. But y'all get what I'm saying. Like, you wouldn't recommend a 40-plus-year-old woman to have kids, right? Okay, so I don't understand why y'all be encouraging 50-plus-year-old men to procreate with young women. Like, it's still old sperm. You're still gonna have complications, if not more. I don't know what the hell they're teaching y'all in class and sex ed. But you're not supposed to have children past a certain age for both. Just because you can have kids, that doesn't mean it's recommended. Anyways, child. And last but not least, the story leaks that Ashley and Michael are getting a divorce. Let me tell it. I think Ashley leaked the shit herself. Maybe Bravo. Can Bravo producers leak it? I don't know. I'm thinking, who cares? They're not really getting a divorce. Like, this episode was so fucking stupid. Like, let me stop cursing. But that was it. I'm ready for next week's episode. But I just want to check in with y'all because I told y'all I was going to be more consistent with my content. Y'all let me know. Oh, excuse me. Y'all let me know what I should talk about next. RIP, Takeoff. We're all grieving. We're still grieving, child. I haven't even processed that. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this video. And I will be back for some more. All right, y'all. I love y'all. And I'll be back. Deuces.